creating them from Mahatattva, etc. and other elements. Because the Jiva is the Tatatva Shakti, the Lord is known as Jiva. Since the Lord is dearest to all beings, worship him. He is dearer than what is called the Jiva. The Paramatma should be dear to each and every living entity more than one loves oneself. One should love Paramatma more than one loves oneself. Because it is Paramatma who is giving us everything. It is he who is situated next to us so that we can do something. Who can be more careful than us, than he, who can be more, what we can say, extending than him. He is there at every point of our life. It is because of him only everything is happening. Sarvasya chaham udisannivishtu matta srutir jnanam apohanam cha. Ishvara sarvabhutani hridesha arjuna tishyati. Brahmayan yantra rudani. Brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra rudani maya. It is by his presence only everything is happening. Mayad dakshena prakriti sute saracharam. Aham sarvasya prabho mattam sarvam pravartate. So like that Gita, many things he told. Bhoktaram ijnitapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram. Suhurdam sarvabhutanam jnatamam shantimuchati. So like that. So understanding who is the Lord, what all he is doing to us, worship him. Lord will be very pleased. So like that. In one sense, it is he who is the worthy object of our worship. Because he is doing so much for us. So he should be worshipped. That is the point. Then Prahlad Maharaj further continues. Devo suro manusho va.
Devo suro manusho va.
Yaksho gandharva eva va.
Yaksho gandharva eva va.
Bhajan mukunda charanam.
Bhajan mukunda charanam.
Swasti mam syad yata vayam.
Swasti man syad yatha vayam. If a demigod, demon, human being, yaksha, gandharva, or anyone within this universe renders service to the lotus feet of Mukunda, who can deliver liberation, he is actually situated in the most auspicious condition of life, exactly like us, the Mahajanas headed by Prahlad Maharaj.
Even if a devata, an asura, a human being, an yaksha, gandharva, renders some devotional service to Supreme Lord Mukunda, the Lord becomes situated in the most auspicious condition of life, exactly like me. So here Prahlad Maharaj says that it is not that only some specially privileged people only can practice bhakti. Even a devata, asura, yaksha, rakshasa, gandharva, bhuta, preta, pishacha, anyone who performs bhakti, they will be auspicious situated like me. See myself, I'm a person born in Asura clan. Because I have been practicing bhakti, I am well protected, well situated. So like that, anyone can practice bhakti. No one is barred from practicing bhakti. Everyone is qualified to practice bhakti. Because the Lord is like this, everyone should perform bhakti. Because Lord is situated as Paramatma with each and every living entity, within each and every form of the species. Andantarastha Paramanucha Antarastham. The Lord does not discriminate. So I only want to stay with Brahmanas. I don't want to stay with the other non-Brahmanas, not like that. The Lord is there with each and every living entity as Paramatma. So every living entity can worship him. And he is very pleased with every living entity. So like that. That means he says that being Asura, if you think that, okay, we are Asuras, how can we worship Lord Vishnu? No problem. What to speak of Asuras, even Rakshasas, Bhuta Pradipishas also can worship the Supreme Lord by practice of Bhakti. Asuras also can easily practice. So all of you should practice Bhakti. So that was the intention.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, in the last slide, just please go to the last slide. It was written that he is the body of all beings. Means how it should be understood that because body is made of Panchamahabhuta, which comes from the 24 elements and which are being created by the Lord. That is why he is the body of all beings. Like that.
Shakti and Shaktiman are non-different from each other. Shaktiman is Vishnu, Shakti is Prakriti. So from that point of view, body is Lord Vishnu. Like that we have to understand. Because the 24 elements are Lord's Shakti only, Lord's energies only. Since they belong to Lord, they are Lord's. So in that way we can take.
Okay, and so the body which comes from those 24 elements is also the Lord, means extension of the Lord's Shakti, like that.
Yes, in that way. It is basically Lord's Shakti, but Shakti, Shaktiman, Abhedayor. So that verse comes in the second canto. So they are not seen differently. So from that point of view, you can take like this.
And in that para, last line is said na, that he is dearer than what is called the Jiva. Means like he is,
Paramatma should be more dear to oneself than oneself. Generally, we love ourselves, na? So he says that we should love Paramatma more than ourselves. That's what Prahlad Maharaj is saying.
okay. So again means that last time we had discussed na, I think that Jiva means soul of the Jiva, that is how it should not be considered. Like we love ourselves, but actually we should love more the Lord, like that it is.
Yes.
Okay.
Because it is the Lord who is giving us everything. One who knows this definitely loves the Supreme Lord. Just like Aham Sarvasya Prabho Mattam Sarvam Pravartita iti Matva Bhajanti Mam Buddha Bhava Samnita. So when one understands what the Lord is doing to us, so one definitely becomes surrendered to Supreme Lord.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, we'll continue. Nalam Dvijatvam Devatvam.
Nalam Dvijatam Devatam.
Rishitvam Vasuratmajaha.
Rishitvam Vasuratmaja.
Prinanaya Mukundasya.
Prinananya Mukundasya.
Navruttam na bahujnata.
Navritam na bahujnata.
Nadanam na tapogneyo.
Nadhanam na taponi.
Neja. Na saucham na vratani cha.
Nasocham navratani cha.
Priyate amalaya bhaktya.
Priyate amala bhaktya.
Hari anyad vidambanam.
Hari anyada vidambanam. Translation. My dear friends, O son of the demons, you cannot please the Supreme Personality of Godhead by becoming perfect Brahmanas, demigods, or great saints, or by becoming perfectly good in etiquette or vast learning. None of these qualifications can awaken the pleasure of the Lord, nor by charity, austerity, sacrifice, cleanliness, or vows can one satisfy the Lord. The Lord is pleased only if one has unflinching, unalloyed devotion to Him. Without sincere devotional service, everything is simply a show. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. O sons of demons, being a Brahmana, Devata, or sage, good conduct, learning, charity, austerity, worship, cleanliness, and vows cannot please the Lord. The Brahmanas are known to be having good conduct, learning, charity, austerity, worship, cleanliness, and vow, following the vows. Whether one is a Brahmana, Devata, or sage, one can see all these qualities. But just by having all these qualities, one cannot please the Lord. The Lord is only pleased by pure bhakti. Na danam, na tapo, na ijja, na saucham, na vratanicha. Priyate amalaya bhaktya harir anyad vidambanam. Lord Hari can only be pleased by amalaya bhaktya, not by dana, tapa, gna, ijja, saucha, or vrata. That is the understanding. So Asuras might say that no, we are Asuras, we don't have any good conduct, we are not clean, we don't know the Shastras, all these things. Then Prahlad Maharaj says that no, Bhakti does not demand all these things. Bhakti demands purity. Not purity in the sense, the purity of surrender. So one should have that conviction that I want to serve the Lord. So that should be there. Remaining all will come automatically. Just like Prahlad Maharaj only says in the fifth canto. Yasyasya bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvai gunesh tatra samasate tura. Wherever bhakti is there, that person's heart is filled with all the godly qualities. When bhakti is there, all the godly qualities will come automatically. But just by having godly qualities, bhakti cannot come. And one cannot please the Lord just by some good past qualities, something like that. These items cannot please the Supreme Lord. Far from pleasing him, they are actually a cause of ridicule. Like Kunti Maharani says, Janmaishwarya Shutashribir Edamana Madapman Naivarhati Avidatum Vai Tvam Akinchana Gocharam. The Supreme Lord is seen by Akinchanas. One who does not have anything materially valuable, they will see they will attract the Supreme Lord very easily. So like that. So basically, the Lord is not looking at all these pious qualities, this, that, and material possessions and all. Lord only sees whether do you have Amalaya Bhakti. Amala Bhakti matlab pure Bhakti. Lord is only you asking pure devotional service without any pretensions or material ambitions, etc. So like that. If somebody has that kind of Amalaya Bhakti, then what happens? Tato harau bhagavati
Tato haro bhagavati
bhaktim kuruta dhanava
bhaktim kurut danava
atmau paumyena sarvatra
atma panyema sarvatra
sarva bhutatmanishware.
sarva bhutatmanishware. Translation. My dear friends, O sons of the demons, in the same favorable way that one sees himself and takes care of himself, take to devotional service to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is present everywhere as the supersoul of all living entities. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. O demons, therefore perform bhakti to Supreme Lord, who is there as Paramatma in the hearts of every living entity, while seeing at all times everyone's happiness and distress as one's own happiness and distress. Atmau pammena sarvatra sarva bhutatmanishware. Considers others' happiness as your happiness, others' distress as your distress, and then practice bhakti, the Lord is very easily pleased. According to Prahlad Maharaj, there are only two prerequisites required for practicing bhakti. Consider others' happiness as one's happiness, others' distress as one's distress, and just execute bhakti. The Lord will be very easily pleased without much delay. Atmopamyena means seeing others as oneself in their happiness and distress. So like that. And then the last sloka, which Prahlad Maharaj speaks to his friends is Daiteya yaksha rakshamsi
दैतेया यक्षरक्षांसि
Sriya Shudra Vrajaukasaha
स्त्रिया शूद्रा व्रजौकसा
Kaga Mruga Papa Jiva
खगा मृगा पापजीवा
Santihi Achyutatam Gata.
सन्ति हि अच्युतां ततां गता. O my friends, O sons of demons, everyone, including you, the yakshas and rakshasas, the intelligent women, shudras, cowherd men, the birds, the lower animals, and the sinful living entities, can revive his original eternal spiritual life and exist forever simply by accepting the principles of Bhakti Vaibhav.
By practicing Amalaya Bhakti and also displaying that equal disposition towards all living beings, considering others' happiness as oneself, others' distress as oneself, if one practices Bhakti, even one may be from Yaksha lineage, Rakshasas, women, Shudra, cowherd men, birds, animals, and sinful living entities, all of them very easily attain spiritual forms. They'll go back home back to Godhead and they will become an eternal associate of the Supreme Lord. That is what the Lord awards to a Amala Bhakti, Amala Bhakta. So like that. So don't think that we are asuras. So how can we practice bhakti? What is the use of us practicing bhakti? We are known to enjoy the material world. It's not like that. Anyone, any living entity from any species, any kind of background, if they practice bhakti, Lord makes sure that they will get spiritual forms in the spiritual world and the service unto Supreme Lord, direct service to Supreme Lord for the rest of eternity. As Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Ananyas Chintayantu Mam Yejana Paryupasate Tesham Nityabhyuktanam Yogakshemam Vahamiham. If anybody has such a desire that want to come to spiritual world and want to serve me regularly, I will make sure that I will take them to spiritual world, I will give them a spiritual form, and I will engage in my personal service for the rest of eternity. This is my vow, Yogakshemam Vahamiham. I will take care of the responsibility of all these things. So like that. Bhakti does not birth. Janma, Aishwarya, Shta, Shribir. Bhakti does not depend upon them. Achyutatam Gataha means that one becomes similar to Achyuta by assuming a spiritual body. That means one attains Sarupya Mukti. Or it can mean one attains the position of never falling at the karmis do from Swarga. If somebody practices karma, they may go to Swarga Loka, but they will have to come back as soon as their piety is over. Even if somebody practices Jnana and Ashtanga Yoga, they may ascend to upper planetary system like Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, Satyaloka. They also have to come back after one day. Only by taking shelter of Bhakti, one can attain the spiritual abode of Supreme Lord, and whoever goes to spiritual abode will never ever come back. Any abode in the 14 planetary systems, one has to come back. Abrahma Bonaloka Punaravartino Arjuna. Mamupetyetu Kaunteya Punarjanma Na Vidyati. So this is the distinction between the 14 lokas in the material world and Vaikunta beyond the material world. So in that way. The Kashi Kanda of Padma Purana says, because the devotees do not fall from their position at the time of universal destruction, the Lord is called Achyuta by the learned in the worlds. Why the Lord is called Achyuta? Not only Lord falls down, the Lord does not allow any of his devotee also fall down, even at the time of Pralaya. Then what to speak of other times? That's why he is called as Achyuta. He not only remains intact, he takes care of his devotees also in the highest position. So like that. So therefore, please practice bhakti. This is the result. The result is Lord will take such devotees to spiritual world, gives them spiritual forms which are similar to Supreme Lord Sarupya Mukti, and engages them in his direct close service. Then finally says, therefore, there is nothing better than bhakti in this entire world. You may be thinking about dharmartha kama, yajna dana tapa, vrata, vidya, all these things and all, but none of them are incomparable to bhakti. Bhakti is highly superior to all these things. So in that way, is concluding the last verse. Etavaneva lokesmin
Etavaneva lokesmin
pumshaha swartaha parasmruta
Pumsaha Swartaha Paraha Smritaha
ekanta bhaktir govinde
Ekanta Bhaktir Govinde
yes sarvatra tadikshanam.
Yat Sarvatra Tadikshanam. Translation. In this material world, to render service to the lotus feet of Govinda, the cause of all causes, and to see him everywhere is the only goal of life. This much alone is the ultimate goal of human life, as explained by all the revealed scriptures. Hare Krishna.
The supreme goal of man in this world is considered to be pure bhakti for Govinda, by which one sees Govinda everywhere. Whatever we do, our goal should be Prema Bhakti unto Supreme Lord, by which one will be able to see the Supreme Lord everywhere. Stavara Jangama Deki Nadeki Taramurti. Sarvatra Prasara Hoibe Ishta Deva Spurti. So like that. When pure bhakti, Ananya Bhakti is present, on maturity, one sees the Supreme Lord everywhere. It is said, Narayanam Mayam Dera Pashyanti Paramartina Jagadhanamayam Lubda Kamuka Kaminimayam. The devotees dedicated to the highest truth see everything as Lord Narayana, just as the greedy person sees the world as a wealth, and the lusty man sees the world as enjoyable woman. So, for a lusty man, entire world looks like a enjoyable object. For a greedy man, entire world looks like the opportunity to earn wealth. Similarly, a devotee sees everywhere Lord Narayana. Tavara Jangama Deki Nadeki Taramurti Sarvatra Prasara Hite Ishtadeva Purti. That is what happens when one practices bhakti. Similarly, Prahlada saw the Lord in the pillar. Later on, we see that Prahlad Maharaj is such a consciousness. When Hiranyakasipu asked, "Is your Lord is there in this? Where is your Lord?" He said, "Lord is everywhere, but I am not seeing. Is he there in the pillar?" Prahlad says, "Yes, he is in the pillar also." Because Prahlad Maharaj is able to see everywhere the Supreme Lord, he could directly, boastingly, very daringly, he could say to his father, "Yes, I can see the Lord everywhere." So like that. So this is the conversation between the classmates and Prahlad Maharaj. While they were conversing like that, the teachers would come suddenly and they would notice what's happening here. Not only Prahlada was spoiled, he is spoiling the other classmates also. So unable to tolerate this, one day Chanda and Amaraka took Prahlada to his father, saying that, "My dear king, please forgive us, we cannot change this boy. This boy is completely gone up. Not only has gone, he is spoiling the entire school also. We don't want to keep him in the school anymore." That is what happens in the next chapter. So it's like that. Any questions? Hare Krishna.
No, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
No, Prabhuji.
No,
So now
Prabhuji,
in
no
the,
question.
yeah, no problem. Now in the next chapter, so there is again heated conversation between Hiranyakasipu and Prahlad Maharaj. As a result of that, Lord had to appear to protect Prahlad, and Lord kills Hiranyakasipu. Then all the assembled devatas, in order to appease Lord Nrusimha, they offer their heartfelt prayers in this chapter. Still, Lord was not completely pacified. Then, in the next chapter, Prahlad Maharaj will offer prayers to pacify the Lord. Then Lord becomes calm and quiet. In the 8th chapter, Hiranyakasipu tries to kill his son and attacks a pillar in anger. Narasimhadeva appears from the pillar and kills Hiranyakasipu. Then the Devatas praise the Supreme Lord. These are the topics in the 8th chapter. So now, Sri Narada Uvacha. Then what happened? Ata Daitya Suta Sarve
अथ दैत्यसुता सर्वे
Shrutva Tad Anvarnitam
श्रुत्वा तद् अनुवर्णितम्
Jagrur Niravadya Tvannaiva
जगृहुर्निरवद्यात्वान्नैव
Guru Anushikshitam.
गुरु अनुशिक्षितम्.
Narada Muni continued, all the sons of the demons appreciated the transcendental instructions of Prahlad Maharaj and took them very seriously. They rejected the materialistic instructions given by their teachers, Sanda and Amarka.
Yeah, Narada Muni is saying that after hearing what Prahlad Maharaj spoke, all the children did not accept what was taught by their teachers, since Prahlada's teachings were fruitful. Sorry, since Prahlada's teachings were faultless. So when the teachers come and would say something, then they would point out, hey, this is mistake, this is wrong, that is wrong, because they have understood everything from Prahlad Maharaj. Now they are finding fault with what the teachers are doing. Then the teachers becomes angry. Atacharya sutastesham
Atacharya sata tesham
buddhim ekanta samstitam
buddhim ekanta samstitam
alaksha bhitas
alakshabhitastavrito
rajna avedayad yata.
rajna avedayat yatha. Translation. When Sanda and Amaraka, the sons of Shukracharya, observed that all the students, the sons of the demons, were becoming advanced in Krishna consciousness because of the association of Prahlad Maharaj, they were afraid. They approached the king of the demons and described the situation as it was.
When the two sons of Shukracharya saw that the students had fixed their intelligence in Bhakti Yoga, they became frightened and reported the situation to the king. He said, my dear king, not only your son, the entire class are becoming devotees. Please, do something. Ekanta Samsitam means their intelligence was fixed first on Bhakti and then last on everything else. Or it can mean fixed on Bhakti Yoga alone. Matlab, the people are only interested in hearing about Bhakti Yoga. They don't want to hear anything about the politics, dharma, artha, kama, other subject matters. So understanding this, that all these boys are into Bhakti Yoga, Chanda and Amarka immediately reported to Hiranyakasipu. What's happening? Not only your son was spoiled and he is spoiling the entire class. So then Hiranyakasipu becomes angry. Kopavesha chaladgatra
कोपावेशज्जलद्गात्रा
putram hantum manodade
पुत्रं हन्तुं मनोदधे
क्षिप्त्वा पौरुषया क्षिप्त्वा परुषया vamsha
क्षिप्त्वा परुषया वाचा
प्रह्लादं अतदर्हणम्
प्रह्लादमतदर्हणम्
आहेक्षमाण पापेन
आहेक्षमाणपापेन
तिरश्चीनेन चक्षुषा
तिरश्चीनेन चक्षुषा
प्रश्रयावनतं दान्तं
प्रश्रयावनतं दान्तं
बद्धाञ्जलिम् अवस्थितम्
बद्धाञ्जलिम् अवस्थितम्
सर्पपदाहता इव
सर्पपदाहत इव
श्वसन् प्रकृतिधारुणा.
श्वसन् प्रकृतिदारुणा. When Hiranyakashipu understood the entire situation, he was extremely angry, so much so that his body trembled. Thus, he finally decided to kill his son Prahlad. Hiranyakashipu was by nature very cruel, and feeling insulted, he began hissing like a snake trampled upon by someone's foot. His son Prahlada was peaceful, mild, and gentle. His senses were under control, and he stood before Hiranyakashipu with folded hands. According to Prahlada's age and behavior, he was not to be chastised. Yet, with staring, crooked eyes, Hiranyakashipu rebuked him with the following harsh words.
Yeah. his body trembling in rage, rebuking him with harsh words. The king decided to kill his son, who did not deserve that punishment. When Chanda and Amarka reported what Prahlad is doing in the school, Hiranyakashipu became very angry. He said, "This boy does not deserve to live anymore. Bring him to me." Like something like that. So he was ordering the Chanda and Amarka, "Bring him to me, I will kill myself. Previously, my soldiers were trying to kill him, they could not become successful. But right now, I will kill myself." Looking with his crooked, sinful eyes at his gentle and obedient son who was standing peacefully with his folded hands, the father, evil by nature, hissing like a trampled snake, then spoke. So when Hiranyakashipu ordered, "Bring him here," so Prahlada came, fell flat, offered obeisances, and stood in front of the father with folded hands very peacefully, very gently. But on the other hand, Hiranyakashipu was hissing like a trampled snake, very angry, trembling, and fearful. The red eyes, whole body shivering, something like that. But on the other hand, Prahlada was completely calm, quiet, peaceful, and very gently offered obeisances to his father and stood in front of him with a smiling face. So he is not at all afraid. All the devatas are afraid just by normal look of Hiranyakashipu. Then what to speak of his angry look? And Hiranyakashipu is at the topmost anger, but Prahlada is not at all disturbed. He is completely peaceful. So, because he had that much conviction upon the protection of Lord Vishnu. So Prahlada is not at all worried that, okay, my father is going to chastise me, is going to beat me, is going to kill me. Yeah, if I deserve, I'll get. Otherwise, if Lord, whatever Lord wants, let the Lord's desire be fulfilled. If Lord wants me to be beaten by my father, let me be beaten by my father. If Lord wants me to be killed by my father, let me be killed by my father. So in that way, he is completely surrendered to Lord. See, self-protection, self-defense, we always think about like that because we think that I am the protector of myself. Yes. It is also one's duty to protect oneself. But here we are not talking about that protection. But from whom he has to protect? His father only standing in front of him, na? What, he has to fight with his father? Previously, his father only ordered him to, ordered his soldiers to kill him. A gentle, surrendered son can never go against the will of the father. So, it's very simple. This may not be the situation in the case if somebody else, if Hiranyakashipu, if he is not his father, if he is somebody else, the case would have been a different thing. But here it is his father only. So, having respect towards father, he is happy to accept whatever father wants to do to him. So, the condition would have been different. So, here you see. Sri Hiranyakashipu
Shri Hiranyakashipu Vacha
He Durvinita Mandatman
He Durvinita Mandatman
Kula Beda Karadama
Labeda Karadama
Tabdam Machasano Drutvam
Tabdam Machasanotra Purtam
Neshetvadyayam Akshayam.
Neshitvadhyayam Akshayam. Translation. Hiranyakashipu said, "O most impudent, most unintelligent, disruptor of the family, O lowest of mankind, you have violated my power to rule you, and therefore you are an obstinate fool. Today I shall send you to the place of Yamaraj." Hare Krishna.
He is scolding his son. O Durvinita, O Mandatma, O Kulabeda Karadama, O Stabda, O Shasanudurtva, Adya Yamakshayam Neshe. He says that, O Durvinita, O impudent fool, O Mandatma, O outcast person. So outcast means, according to Hiranyakashipu, all the asuras are highly intelligent. So Prahlad Maharaj has no intelligence. So he is outcast. He does not fit to stay as asura, as one of the asura family member. So in that way, you outcast fellow. O Kulabeda Karadama, O disrupt of the entire family, you have stubbornly violated my vows. Mas Shasana Udrutvam. I will send you today to the abode of Yamaraj. Neshet Vadya Yamakshayam. Today I will send you to the abode of Yamaraj after killing you. So like that. He is telling all these adjectives he is using for Prahlad Maharaj. Durvinita means impotent, but it also has another meaning. Especially well behaved or merciful towards all the rascals. So one meaning is, oh, Durvinita means so impudent. Why don't you listen to me when I say that don't worship Vishnu? The other meaning is, especially you are well behaved, you are merciful to the rascals also. You are merciful to me, you are merciful to your classmates, you are merciful to your teachers, saying that please practice bhakti. You are telling all of us to practice bhakti, even though we are hating Lord Vishnu, you are requesting us practicing bhakti. You are merciful even to the asuras. So that is the meaning Durvinita. Mandatman means a fool, but also means a person who is attentive to the unfortunate since he cannot tolerate their suffering. Mandatman means one who is compassionate to people who are mandabuddhi. The conditioned souls who do not understand what is what. Prahlad Maharaj is very much compassionate to them in order to help them practice bhakti and go back to Godhead. Because Mandata means those who consider Manda people as one's own Atma, one's own self. So he helps them. So in that way. Kula Bedakara means the breaker of family, but also means a person who brings distinction to the family. Because Prahlad Maharaj appeared in this Asura dynasty, Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Asuranam Prahladosmi. Among the Asuras I am Prahlada. So Asura caste also got glorification because of Prahlad Maharaj. Because of Prahlad Maharaj, another person also became a great devotee, that is Bali Maharaj. So like that. Adhama. He considered Prahlada to be vile. Because Prahlada, like the Prajapatis, has great power. Like the Prajapatis who are also low, Prahlada is considered arrogant because he does not consider the demons worthy of worship. So, in a sense, you are the lowest of all, like that. Hiranyakasipu taught him, just scolded him. But another meaning of Adama is Adama. You are uncontrollable. Like the Devatas, Prajapatis, and Rishis have a lot of great spiritual power, which cannot be controlled by anybody else. Same way, your power cannot be controlled. My soldiers are trying to kill you in different ways, but you are never killed. What to speak of killing? They could not even create a small scratch on your body. So you are highly powerful. So in that way. So then Hiranyakasipu said, you arrogant fool. So Hiranyakasipu considered Prahlad as arrogant because Prahlad Maharaj is not worshipping the Asuras, especially the Asura Raja, Hiranyakasipu. He does not want to worship. That's why he said, you are arrogant fool. You are an arrogant fool. You have violated my orders. I will take you to the Yama's abode. My order was that don't worship Vishnu, but still you are continuing to worship Vishnu and also teaching your classmates about bhakti. You can't. I don't see that you should deserve to. You deserve to live anymore. I'll kill you and send you to the abode of Yamaraj. So that is direct meaning. The other meaning of Yamakshayam is that the abode of yoga, which enables Prahlada survive. Yama means in Ashtanga Yoga, we have Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. By practicing this Ashtanga Yoga, one attains liberation. So Yamakshayam also means the destiny of the transcendentalists. So I'll send you to Vaikuntha. You don't fit to stay in this material world. You are a great devotee. You better stay in Vaikuntha. I'll send you to Vaikuntha. So like that. So having stated all these adjective words scolding Prahlad, then Hiranyakasipu says, Krudyasya yasya kampante
कृत्यस्य यस्य कम्पन्ते
trayo loka saheshwara
त्रयो लोका सहेश्वर
tasya me abhi tasya me बीतवान् मूढा
तस्य मे अभीत्वान् मूढा
शासनं किं बलोत्यघा
यासनं किं बलोत्यत्यघ. Translation. O son Prahlada, you rascal, you know that when I am angry, all the planets of the three worlds tremble. Now, along with their chief rulers, by whose power had a rascal like you become so impudent, and you appear fearless and overstep my power to rule you?
So even though Hiranyakasipu was scolding very heavily, telling that, oh Dunduvinita, oh Mandatman, and Kula Bedakara, Shabda, Mashasana Udrutra, and then Neshe, Twadya, Yamaksham, any other person would become afraid. So today I'm going to kill you and send you to Yamaraj. So anybody will become afraid of their life. But Prahlada was completely peaceful and smiling and offering obeisances to Prahlada, offering namaskar to Hiranyakashipu. He was still holding his both the palms together only. So then Hiranyakashipu became, what is this? I am scolding this fellow and this fellow is not even afraid of me. The entire world is afraid of me. God, why this small boy is not afraid of me? Oh fool! When I am angry, all the three worlds tremble along with the rulers. By whose strength have you fearlessly violated my order? When I order you not to practice bhakti, by whose strength you continue to practice bhakti and teach bhakti to your classmates? When I look at devatas, all the devatas are afraid. They do whatever I say. Then Prahlad Maharaj says, no, Prahlad Maharaj answered, by whose strength Prahlad is fearless? That he will tell now. Sri Prahlada Uvacha.
Shri Prahlada Uvacha.
न केवलं मे भवतश्च राजन्
न केवलं मे भवतश्च राजन्
तवै बलं बलिनां चापरेषाम्
तवै बलिनां चापरेषाम्
परे वरेमि स्थिरजङ्गमाये
परे वरेमि स्थिरजङ्गमाये
ब्रह्मादयो येन वशं प्रणीता
ब्रह्मादयो येन वशं प्रणीता. Prahlad Maharaj said, my dear king, the source of my strength of which you are asking is also the source of yours. Indeed, the original source of all kinds of strength is one. He is not only your strength or mine, but the only strength for everyone. Without him, no one can get any strength, whether moving or non-moving, superior or inferior. Everyone, including Lord Brahma, is controlled by the strength of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Prahlad Maharaj says now, the Lord is my strength and your strength and the strength of others who are strong. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord says, Palam Balavatam Asmi, I am the strength of the strong. Here Prahlad Maharaj says, Na kevalam me bhavatas rajan savai balam balinam chaparesham. Not only me, you and everyone who is strong in this entire world, they are all getting that strength from Bhagavan only, from the Lord only. By him, all creatures, high and low, moving and non-moving, headed by Brahma, are all controlled. Pare avare ami stirajangamaye brahmadayo yena vasham pranita. Every living entity starting from blade of grass to Brahma are under the supervision of, under the control of Lord Vishnu. It is by him. Everyone is deriving their respective strength and power and able to do their respective activities. You may think that you have strength on your own. No, you are able to control all the devatas by the strength given by Lord Vishnu only. I am also saved by the strength given by the Supreme Lord only. I am fearless only by the strength given by the Lord Vishnu only. It's like that. Who is that Ishvara? Who is that Lord? Who is that person? Here is only said that Paresham Para Isha, the Lord of everyone. Who is that Lord of everyone? Sa Ishvara Kala Urukramosav.
स ईश्वराकाल उरुक्रमोऽसा
ओजसः सत्त्वबलेन्द्रियात्मा
ओजस्सः सत्त्वबलेन्द्रियात्मा
स एव विश्वं परमस्वशक्तिभिः
स एव विश्वं परमं स्वशक्तिभिः
सृजत्यवत्यत्तिगुणत्रयेशः
सृजत्यवत्यत्तिगुणत्रयेशः. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Supreme Controller and Time Factor, is the power of the senses, the power of the mind, the power of the body, and the vital force of the senses. His influence is unlimited. He is the best of all living entities, the controller of the three modes of material nature. By his own power, he creates this cosmic manifestation, maintains it, and annihilates it also.
So Prahlad Maharaj now answers, who is that person from whom you, me and everyone is deriving strength? He is the Supreme Lord. Sa Ishvara is the Supreme Lord. He is time, Kala, and performer of great deeds, Urukramaha. He is the strength of the senses, mind and body. Oja Saha Sattva Balendri Atma. Okay? He is the strength of the senses, mind and body. He is the mind, senses and body. He is not only the strength, he is also expands as the mind, senses and body by expanding as 24 elements. The Supreme Lord creates, maintains and destroys the universe by his Shaktis. Srujati, Avati, Atti, Gunatrayesha. By three gunas, he creates, maintains and destroys the entire universe. He is the master of the three gunas. Swashaktibihi. Saeva Vishwam Parama Swashaktibihi. He manifests the entire universe and he is the master of the three gunas from which creation, maintenance and annihilation all takes place. So he talks about the power of the Supreme Lord. So in that way. In previous verse he said, you, me and everyone receiving energy from that Ishvara. That Ishvara is the Supreme Lord and he performs wonderful deeds. He is the strength of the mind, body and senses. He himself is expanding as mind, body, senses. He is the Supreme Lord, master of the three modes by which he creates, maintains and annihilates the entire universe which he manifested. So like that. Then he further says, Jaya Suram Bhavamimam Tamatmanaha
Jayasuram bhavamimam tattva atmanah
Samam Manodastva Nasanti Vidvishaha
samam manodatsva nasanti vidvishaha
Rute Jitadatmana Utpate Stitat
Rute jidatatmana utpate sitat
Taddihi Anantasya Mahasamarhanam.
taddihi anantasya mahasamarhanam. Translation. Prahlad Maharaj continued, my dear father, please give up your demonic mentality. Do not discriminate in your heart between enemies and friends. Make your mind equipoise towards everyone, except for the uncontrolled and misguided mind. There is no enemy within
Tell
this
my dear.
world. When one sees everyone on the platform of equality, one then comes to the position of worshipping the Lord perfectly. Hare Krishna.
Give up your demoniac nature, my dear father. Jai asuram bhavam imam tamatmanaha. My dear father, please give up this demoniac nature. Make your mind equal to all beings. Samam mano dvasta nasanti vidvishaha. Do not harbor any ill feelings towards any living entity. Treat everyone equal to yourself. There are no enemies except the mind, which is uncontrolled and deviant. Rute ajitad atmanaha upasta sitat. So, other than an uncontrolled mind, there is no one is a enemy. Because Hiranyakasipu would always say that the Vishnu, my foremost enemy, like that. Then Prahlad is saying that no, Vishnu is not the enemy. Your uncontrolled mind is your enemy. Therefore, in order to control that uncontrolled mind, please worship Lord Vishnu. Please worship the unlimited Lord. That is the same suggestion he gave at the very beginning. He again giving the same suggestion. Give up your demoniac nature and make your mind think yourself and others to be equal. How can I make my mind equal to enemies? There are no enemies. Then when he said, make your mind equal to everyone, then how can I make my mind equal to enemies? Asuras are my friend, Devatas are my enemies. How can I be equal to them also? Then Prahlad Maharaj said that there are no enemies except for the mind, which is uncontrolled. Only an uncontrolled mind is our real enemy. When you control the mind and see everyone equal to yourself, you will not see any enemies. With controlled mind, you will never ever see any enemies. That is being equal everywhere. Samarhana means worship. If you worship Lord Vishnu, your mind will be controlled, then you will be able to see everyone equally. That is the suggestion given by Prahlad Maharaj to his father Hiranyakasipu. Still, after giving that suggestion, Hiranyakasipu further says, Dasyun Purashan Vijitya Lumpato.
Dasyun purashanna vijitya lumpato
Manyantat eka swajita disho dasha.
manyanta eke swajita disho dasha
Jitatmanognyasya sama. Jitatmanognyasya samasya dehinam.
jitatmanojñasya samasya dehinam
Sadho swamoha prabhava kutapare.
sadho swamoha prabhava kuta pare. In former times, there were many fools like you who did not conquer the 6 enemies that steal away the wealth of the body. These fools were very proud, thinking, I have conquered all enemies in all the 10 directions. But if a person is victorious over the 6 enemies and is equipoised towards all living entities, for him there are no enemies. Enemies are merely imagined by one in ignorance.
So here, having stated that, my dear father, please, there are no enemies in this world. Only an uncontrolled mind is enemy. Please control your mind by worshipping Lord Vishnu. That will do good to you and good to everyone. Then Prahlad says, just to extend that, foolish people like you, not conquering the 6 plunderers, the 6 senses, think that they have conquered the 10 directions. Where are the enemies for the person who has conquered the mind, who has conquered the 6 plunderers, and who is wise and equal to all? These enemies are all created by illusion. The so-called enemies, the devatas whom you are considering as enemies, are actually the creation of an uncontrolled mind only. When the mind is not controlled, it actually unnecessarily creates the things like enemy, friend, etc., etc., etc. Only foolish people like you not conquering the six plunderers: Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Moha, Matsara. So they think that somebody is friend, somebody is enemy, etc., etc., etc. And they think that they have the 10 directions, but actually they have not done. Those who have not conquered their mind have not conquered any direction. Then what to speak of conquering 10 directions? So, like that. So, only a person who has conquered the six anarthas and six senses is wise. And such a person is equal to all. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Asini Suni Cheva Sapakecha Pandita Samadarshana. But a person becomes Pandita only when they can cover control the six senses, including the mind. Otherwise, an uncontrolled mind creates all the distinctions like friend and enemy. Duality somehow created by the uncontrolled mind only. So like that. Only foolish persons like you, not conquering the six plunderers, who steal everything and are situated with you, think that they have conquered the 10 directions by themselves. So you may think that you are the ruler of the entire world. You have conquered all the directions, but you have not even conquered your senses which are within you. How can you conquer the entire world which is outside you? Like that, something like that. Prahlad Maharaj is stating. Where are the enemies? For the wise person who has conquered the mind and thus conquered the six plunderers, why would he have enemies? He has none, because enemies are created by one's own illusion. In reality, every living entity is an Amsha of Supreme Lord. And in every living entity, there is Paramatma. If there is Paramatma everywhere, if one is supposed to love Paramatma more than oneself, then where is the question of somebody being enemy? If one is supposed to see Paramatma in everyone and every object, so where is the question of somebody becoming enemy? So then we are becoming envious of Paramatma only. So something like that. So one who controls one's mind can control one's six anarthas, six senses, and such a person will never have any enemies in this world. So like that, Prahlad spoke. When Prahlad Maharaj spoke these words, Hiranyakasipu was already like hissing like a trampled snake. Upon that, he told that, so my dear father, the one who is giving me strength is the same giving you strength. Hiranyakasipu till died, he was thinking that I am the self-made man. I performed tapasya, I received the benedictions. Then Prahlad said, no, your strength is given by Lord Vishnu. How dare you to say that? First thing. Second thing, even every living entity from the blade of grass all the way up to Brahma, everyone is under his control. Hiranyakasipu said, no, I am not under his control. In fact, he is under my control. I was searching for him everywhere. I could not see him. He is afraid of me and fled away. How can you say that I am under his control? And then Prahlad Maharaj said, please give up this asuric mentality like friends and enemies. He says, you mean to say that I am asuric mentality? No, Vishnu is my enemy because he killed my brother. The devatas who are serving Vishnu are my enemies because they are serving my enemy. And so like that. Then he said that see everyone equally, that is good for you. How can I see everyone equally? I should have some concern. The one who killed my brother, I should love him. I should embrace him. So then he becomes more angry. Then finally he says that only a fool like you thinks that they have conquered all the 10 directions, because they don't understand that they have not even conquered their mind. He finally said, a fool like you. Then he really became angry. How dare you to call me a fool? And how dare you to say that I have not conquered anything? I have conquered everyone, all devatas under my control, under my grip, whatever I say they do. How can you say that I have not conquered anyone? So Hiranyakasipu becomes very angry. Out of that anger, he speaks very loudly. He says, okay, all the devotees are able to follow what we are discussing? Anyone has any questions?
No, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yes, Prabhuji, thank you very much.
So he continues. Sri Hiranyakasipu Ruvacha.
श्रीरण्यकशिपु उवाच
व्यक्तं त्वं मरुत्कामो
व्यक्तं तं मत्कामोऽसि
योतिमात्रं विकत्तसे
योतिमात्रं विकत्थसे
मुमूर्षूणां हि मन्दात्मन्
मुमूर्षूणां हि मन्दात्मन्
ननु स्युर्विक्लवा गिरा.
ननु स्युः विक्लवा गिरः. Translation. Hiranyakashipu replied, "You rascal, you are trying to minimize my value, as if you were better than me at controlling the senses. This is over-intelligent. I can therefore understand that you desire to die at my hands. For this kind of nonsensical talk is indulged in by those about to die." Hare Krishna.
Oh fool, oh rascal, by boasting so excessively, you clearly show that you desire to die, because dying people speak incoherent words. What was that? Vinashakala viparita buddhi. Something like that. So you think that you are better than me, you can control your mind, senses, you are seeing everyone equally, and I am not. You are speaking all incoherent words, looks like your death is neared. So like that, Hiranyakashipu is very angry with Prahlad. Viklava means incoherent. You are praising yourself saying, I have conquered the 6 friends, but not my father. You think that you have conquered all the 6 senses, but I have not conquered? How dare you to say that in front of me only? So he becomes more angry. Then he says, Yes tvaya manda bhagyokto
Yastaya mandabhagyoto
madanyo jagadishvaraha
madanyo jagadishvara
vasau yadi sa sarvatra
kaso yadi sa sarvatra
kasmas sambena drishyate.
kasmat stambhena drishyate. Translation. O most unfortunate Prahlada, you have always described a supreme being other than me, a supreme being who is above everything, who is a controller of everyone and who is all pervading. But what is he? If he is everywhere, then why is he not present before me in this pillar?
So he says that, Yes tvaya manda bhagyokto. Oh unfortunate Prahlada. Why unfortunate? Because today is your last day. Very soon you are going to die. Oh most unfortunate fellow, you have always described a controller of the universe other than me. Just now, few verses back. Who is that person from whom I and you are getting strength? He is Ishvara, Bhagavan. Under his control only all the living entities are working. So he told. So you have been speaking about from the very beginning that what was that? Harimashrayeta. Please go to one and take the shelter of Lord Hari. So you have been speaking to me from the very beginning that I need to take shelter of somebody who is called as Ishvara, Hari, Bhagavan, etc., etc., etc. But where is he? You have been talking about somebody who is a great master, great Ishvara. Where is he? So then Prahlad says, he is everywhere.
Hare
If he is
Krishna.
one second, Mataji, 1 second.
Yeah.
Prahlad says he is everywhere. Then Hiranyakasipu says, if he is everywhere, then why he is not present before me in this pillar? So there is a nice dialogue actually happening between both of them in this verse. You are the most unfortunate because you have given up the wealth of the universe which is mine. That entire world is under my control. I am the Lord and Master. If you obey me, you will be the next master. By not obeying me, you will be poverty stricken, first of all. Second, by not surrendering to me, you will be killed. You will be dead and gone. That's why also you are Manda Bhagya. Because you are my son, you are the heir. Why don't you listen this? So the Hiranyakasipu was saying that I am the Lord and Master of everything. Ishwaroham, Aham Bogi, Siddhoham, Balavan Sukhi. Then Prahlad says, my dear father, you are not the master. Don't think that you are the Lord and Master of this world. This world has been created by him. Srujati, Avati, Atti. It is created, maintained, and destroyed by that Supreme Lord, who is the master of everyone, including Brahma. Then he says that, oh, there is somebody other than me, the Lord of this universe. If somebody is there, where is he? I'll prove that I am the Lord. If you show me, I will kill him. And then I'll show you that I am the whole and sole proprietor of this entire world. I have been searching for him for all over the world. I could not see him. Where is he? If somebody is such a person like who is the Lord of everything, if he exists, where is he? Prahlad Maharaj says, he is everywhere. If the Lord exists, where is he? Prahlad says, he is everywhere. If he is everywhere, why is he not in the pillar? So when Hiranyakashipu says, if he's everywhere, where is he? I can't see in front of me. So Prahlad says, he is everywhere, I can't see. Then Hiranyakashipu thought that, okay, open outside is not there, he might be hiding somewhere. Then he said, is he there in this pillar? So Prahlad will always say that, yes, I see him in the pillar. He is in the pillar. That is the conviction of Prahlad. But Hiranyakashipu was not able to see him anywhere. But Prahlad is able to see him everywhere. So this is how the conversation is happening between the father and son. Yeah. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, like in this chapter, since beginning, we are seeing that Hiranyakashipu is on the verge. He's saying that yes, today will be your last day and things like that. So, but in previous chapter, we saw that Hiranyakashipu was so afraid that by so many attempts to kill Prahlad in so many ways, he's not getting killed. And then Shanda and Amarka had tried to pacify him that he cannot do anything to you like that. What can you have so many benedictions and he's just a child like that. So means at one point he was so afraid that this child is not getting killed by any method, anyways, and so he can kill me one day like that. Means to that extent he was afraid. So how in means just a matter of few days that Prahlad must have been in the Gurukul for some months, and again Hiranyakashipu is on that ki, no, I'm going to kill him after having so much experience that yes, you can't kill him.
What is this? This boy is not getting killed by any means. So today he is silent, but one day he may revolt to me. So that time I am not sure whether I will be able to stand in front of him or not. That time it happened. It is a circumstantial fear. But later on, Shenda and Navarka persuaded him, saying that no, don't worry. When our father comes home, we'll engage him in the service of our father, then it will become normal. So, lot of time passed. So, Hiranyakasipu again back to his normal situation. So, say for example, even in Ramayana also, every day, one important general is getting killed by Lord Ram. In the evening, Lord Ravana would see that the powerful generals who were ever victorious, they are getting killed. So Meghanath is getting killed. Kumbhakarna was getting killed. Trishira was getting killed. So like that, Mali, Sumali, and one of his dearmost son was also getting killed. So many people are getting killed every day. At one point of time, Ravana was thinking that what's happening? Even one day when he went for battle, he was also utterly defeated.
What happened?
So,
Last line
at
he
that
didn't.
point of time, he was thinking that, so what is this? I have been conquering everyone all the while. Today I got defeated. But in the night, he again worshipped his Ishtadev, Lord Shiva. He became completely confident. No, that was because of I have been fighting whole day. It was late in the evening. I was tired. So I got defeated. But tomorrow I will be rejuvenated. Now I can easily conquer these two mere mortals, Ram and Lakshman. So he became fully confident and came for battle next day. So it will happen in the Asuras. Their becoming upright, their introspection is only momentary. It cannot last long. So like that we have to understand.
Okay. And Prabhuji, like two more things, like just you mentioned about Ravana worshipping Lord Shiva for killing Rama. So, like how we should understand that it is said now that if someone worships the demigods with, very means with lot of devotion and things like that, especially Lord Shiva, then Lord Shiva, who is a Mahavaishnava, directs them to his Lord and gives them bhakti. So here, how we understand that so much he's worshipping Lord Shiva, but Lord Shiva doesn't give him any intelligence to
No,
surrender.
not like that. Not like that. If somebody worships devatas to fulfill some desire, they fulfill that desire. But if somebody worships Lord Shiva and other devatas without any material desires, then Lord Shiva directs them to Lord Vishnu.
Oh, so means for getting devotion from them, it should be worship should be without any material desires, like that.
Because Lord Shiva also does not force upon someone. If they are not qualified only, why would he send them to Vishnu?
Okay. Hmm.
If
And
somebody is innocent, somebody is having that the qualities to become a devotee, definitely Lord Shiva and other devatas guide them to Lord Vishnu. And people, if they don't want to become devotees and they just want their desires fulfilled, so what is the use of forcing upon them some devotion?
okay. And one last thing, Prabhuji, like time and again we are seeing, I think last time also we had discussed some part of it, that Hiranyakashipu has so much attachment for his brother who was killed by Vishnu. But he doesn't have any affection for his son, which generally in material life we see it is reverse, that affection for the children is much more than own siblings. Like, so how we
No,
understand?
there is no affection neither for brother nor for son. Affection is for someone who is fulfilling your desires, who is facilitating your enjoyment. Hiranyakashipu went on himself, conquered every king in the entire universe and offered the entire kingdom at the lotus feet of Hiranyakashipu. In one sense, Hiranyaksha gifted the entire world as a gift to Hiranyakashipu. So obviously he will be loving to him. Because Hiranyaksha, being the younger brother, was ready to do anything for his elder brother's enjoyment.
Okay.
But Prahlad is not like that.
Oh, I didn't know that Hiranyaksha had gifted him this.
No, it was there, no? It was there in the beginning of this canto, and it's the third canto, it was clearly mentioned.
Okay.
So, in that.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
See, the parents' love and affection, there is some love and affection normally, but if the children are not obeying the parents, that love and affection will reduce slowly, slowly, slowly.
Yes, that's also true.
So, in that.
Thank you.
Soham vikattamanasya shirakaya daramite gopayeta haristwadya yaste sharanam ipsitam. Little louder, Mataji. So then Prahlad said, I can see the Lord everywhere. Hiranyakasipu said, I can't see. Is he in the pillar? Okay, outside is not there. He might be hiding somewhere. Is he in the pillar? Prahlad said, yes, he is in the pillar. So Hiranyakasipu thought that this fellow gone mad. Completely gone mad. Because you are speaking so much nonsense, I shall now sever your head from your body. Now I will cut your head because you have become mad completely. You don't deserve to live anymore. Now let your Lord, who is your preferred shelter, save you. So you are telling your Lord is everywhere. He is there in the pillar also. In front of him only, I will cut off your head. And let me see how he saves you. This is the first proposition. So then he further says, Evam durukter muhurardayan rusha. Little louder. Sutam mahabhagavatam mahasura. Khadgam pragruhyot patito varasana. Stambam tada stambam tada dati bala swamushtina. First of all, Hiranyakasipu said that you don't deserve to live anymore. You are speaking all nonsense, saying that Lord is here, there, everywhere, and He is the protector, He is the giver of strength. All this, He is the master, He is the everything He is. You are saying all these things. You don't deserve to live anymore. I will cut off your head. He took out his sword. But when he was going towards Prahlad to cut off his head, but then he waited for a second. Then he thought that you have been speaking about someone who is master of the universe. I am not the master. I need to show you that I am the master. Other than me, there is no one else is the master of the universe. You said the master is in the pillar. Let me see if he is in the pillar. If he is not in the pillar, anyway, I'll kill you. If he is in the pillar, first I will kill him. I will show you that I am the master. Then I'll kill you. Then he was coming towards Prahlad. Then he stood, contemplated like this. He told him, Prahlad also, I'll kill your master first, then I'll kill you. Then he went to the pillar. He was holding the sword in his fist only. Fist. And with the sword in the hand, with that fist, he hits on the pillar. Obsessed with anger, mighty Hiranyakasipu continuously abusing his exalted devotee son with harsh words, took up his sword, rose from his exalted throne, and struck his fist against the column. He went to the pillar and he hits one on the pillar. Then what happens? Because he is so powerful, when he hits on the pillar breaks open into two pieces. तदैव तस्मिन्निनदोति भीषणो
तदैव तस्मिन्निनदोति भीषणो
बभूव येनाण्डकटाहमस्फुटः
बभूव येनाण्डकटाहमस्फुटत्
यं वै स्वधिष्ण्योपगतं त्वजादया
यं वै स्वधिष्ण्योपगतं त्वजादया
कृत्वा स्वधामात्ययम् अङ्गमेनिरे
श्रुत्वा स्वधामात्ययमङ्गमेनिरे. Then from within the pillar came a fearful sound, which appeared to crack the covering of the universe. O my dear Yudhishthira, this sound reached even the abodes of the demigods like Lord Brahma. And when the demigods heard it, they thought, oh, now our planets are being destroyed.
At that time, as soon as Hiranyakasipu with his the sword in the fist, with that fist, he hits on the pillar. From within the pillar came a fearful sound, as if the coverings of the universe was cracking. The universal coverings are going to burst. That much huge sound came. When the sound reached the abodes of devatas like Lord Brahma, the devatas hearing it thought that their abodes would be destroyed. They are thinking that now there is going to be a pralaya. The 14 lokas are going to be destroyed. That much sound came from the pillar. Then Savikraman Putravadepsurojasa
Savikrapam Putravadeshojasa
Nishamya Nirhadam Apurvam Adbhutam
Shamya Nirhadam Apurvam Adbhutam Adbhutam
Antasavayam Nadadarsha Tatpadam
Sabhayam Nadrasham Tatpadam
Vitatra Shuryena Surari Yutapa
Vitrasena Vitrasena Surari Uttapaha. Translation. While showing his extraordinary prowess, Hiranyakashipu, who desired to kill his own son, heard what that wonderful tumultuous sound which had never before been heard. Upon hearing the sound, the other leaders of the demons were afraid. None of them could find the origin of that sound in the assembly.
While showing his extraordinary prowess, Hiranyakashipu, who desired to kill his own son, heard that astonishing tumultuous sound which had never before been heard. For the first time in his life, he is hearing some sound which the devatas felt as if their 14 lokas are about to destroy and the universal coverings are about to become pieces. Upon hearing the sound, the other leaders of the demons became frightened and could not see the origin of the sound in the assembly. There are so many demons are there. So they got afraid from where the sound is coming. Because in a building, when you put sound somewhere, it resounds everywhere. So in one sense, within the palace, the sound is everywhere. The demons are afraid from which direction the sound is coming. From here, there, everywhere sound is there. So they are completely perturbed, unable to decide from where exactly the sound is coming. Though the Devatas heard that sound, thinking that the universe is about to end, but they also understood that the Supreme Lord is appearing. Then in no time, all the Devatas came to the palace of Hiranyakasipu, nearby. Brahma, Shiva, and all the Devatas. But as they were coming, something wonderful is happening in the palace of Hiranyakasipu. When Hiranyakasipu eats on the pillar, first huge sound came. Then slowly the pillar is bifurcating into two pieces. When the pillar bifurcated, there came a lot of smoke, which is covering the entire palace. Then from that smoke started coming brightness. Within that brightness, there is a personality who is neither human being nor animal. So that is being indicated in the next verse. Yes, Prabhu. Little louder, they should hear. That we don't know. He is seeing Lord Narayana.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, can you please repeat the question, Prabhu?
Prabhuji is asking that what form of the Lord Prahlad was seeing.
Okay.
So whatever form of the Lord that Narada Muni had described to Prahlad Maharaj while he was in the womb, that form he must be seeing everywhere. May not be Nrsimhadev, but the four-handed Saumya Vapu of Lord Narayana. He must be seeing that form. The form of Paramatma, about which he was discussing with the students till now. The pleasing form of Paramatma. But now, Nrsimhadev appears on the pillar. So from now on, he becomes the devotee of Nrsimhadev. In that way. I mean, this is my understanding. Because obviously, Lord is appearing now. So Narada Muni might not have talked about Nrsimhadev so much before. He might have spoken about Lord Narayana only.
And
So
Prabhuji,
now,
like earlier also we had studied the descriptions that Prahlada was seeing Lord everywhere, and whenever he were not able to see him, he used to become morose, and when he saw again, then he used to become very happy and joyful like that. So that time also he must be seeing the form of Narayana only. No?
yes, Narayana only. Whatever form of the Lord that Prahlada heard from Narada Muni while he was in the womb, he must have become attracted to that form. He must be meditating upon that form. He must be seeing that form only.
Yeah. And now you are saying when Narsimhadev appeared, that time also Prahlad is perceiving him as Narayana only, that form only. That's what you are saying.
No, not appeared. So when Hiranyakasipu asked, where is your Lord? He is everywhere. Is he in the pillar? Yes, he is in the pillar. So until Lord Narasimha actually appeared, till that time, before that, Prahlad only might be seeing the four-handed Saumya Vapu of Lord Narayana only.
Okay, yeah.
In that way I'm saying. So now the famous verse of the 7th canto. Satyam vidatum nijabhrutya bhashitam.
Satyam vidhatum nijabhrutya bhashitam.
Vyaptincha bhuteshu akileshu chatmanah.
Vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu chatmana.
Adrushyatatyaadbhutarupamudvahan.
Adrushyatatyaadbhutarupamudvahan.
Stambe sabayam na mrugam na manusham.
Stambhe sabhayam namrugam namanusham. To prove that the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial, in other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall.
So to prove the words of his servant, that is present in all objects. Satyam vidatum nijabhutya bhashitam. Vyaptincha bhuteshu akleshu chatmana. Because Prahlad Maharaj was always telling that the Supreme Lord is spread everywhere. He is situated as Paramatma in the heart of each and every living entity. And also, Annantarasa Paramanu Chantarasam is also there in the pillar also. To prove the words of Prahlad Maharaj true, the Lord made his appearance on the pillar. Satyam vidatum nijaputya bhashitam. So how did he appear? Adrushyata ati adbhuta rupam udvahan. From the pillar there appeared ati adbhuta rupam. Most wonderful form. Sambe sabayam. From the pillar in the royal assembly. Na murgam na manusham. That form is neither animal nor human. It is a combination of both. So Hiranyakasipu also might have heard about Narayana. Narayana will have 4 hands, wearing Shankha, Chakra, Gada, Padma. And this personality came from the pillar is not like that. So he did not accept this pillar, this person as a Narayana. He thought some mystic creature is coming out of the pillar. So let me easily kill him. He's not Narayana. Like that he thought. So Narayana is supposed to be like 4-headed, 4 arms, something like that. So in order to dissuade Hiranyakasipu, so that Hiranyakasipu will not think him to be the Lord, Lord also appeared in that particular form. So in any case, there are so many reasons why Lord appeared in this particular form. So what do you mean by Satyam Vidatum Nijaputya Bhashitam? They are all mentioned below. Prahlada has said that the Lord was present in the pillar to prove those words of Prahlada true, to make the truth visible. Lord appeared. Because Hiranyakasipu was very eager to understand where is that Lord who killed my brother. I want to kill him. I want to see him and kill him. So he was eagerly anticipating to see him. So don't worry. I'll come. So Lord came as Nrusimha from the pillar. And to make true the statement that his form was spread everywhere, in Nrusimha and other forms, he became visible in the pillar where he had been invisible. So basically, Akileshu Atmana, Bhuteshu, Akileshu Atmana is spread everywhere. He appears not only as a human being, he can appear as an animal, he can appear as a combination of human being and animal. Previously, to kill Hiranyaksha, Lord appeared completely as animal. Lord Varaha was completely animal. There was no human traits in that form. And according to Hiranyakasipu, he was completely like human trait, like a 4-armed person. And now Lord appeared, a combination of both. He is neither human nor animal. Because Hiranyakasipu had a condition that I should not be killed by human being or I should not be killed by animal. So in order to kill him, he should come somewhere in between. So he has come. He took a form in the assembly which was not related to animal form, nor it was related to human form. His servant Hiranyakasipu had prayed not to die from created living beings, and also prayed not to die inside or outside, and not by man or beast. Hiranyakasipu also prayed. So he is also a devotee of Supreme Lord, Jaya Vijaya. So his devotee's word should become true. He should not be killed by a human or animal, as a beast or man, or inside the home, outside the home. So many conditions they put. In order to fulfill all those conditions, also he appeared as Nrusimha. Then the Lord appeared in that form to make that prayer true. Whatever the request of Hiranyakasipu, to make it true, Lord appeared like this. He was not a being created by Brahma. He was not an animal, nor a human, nor was he situated within the assembly hall, nor outside in the courtyard. So now thing is that he also said one more condition. I should not be killed by the living entities created by you. So previously Lord Vishnu appeared as Varaha. Varaha, in one sense, that species also created by Lord Brahma only. But this time Lord appeared in a particular species which was not nowhere seen till now. Narasimha form, half human, half lion, no one saw till now. It is not Brahma's creation. It is Lord's own creation. So in that way. So that was the one of the condition by Hiranyakasipu. He did that. And also, the Lord did not appear inside the home or outside the home. He appeared from the pillar. He does not belong to inside or outside the home. That is also there. Some people also say that he appeared in that form to prove the words of his servants like Narada to be true. So Narada told Devatas that, my dear Indra, this boy cannot be killed by anyone. Then what to speak of you? No one can kill this boy. When Hiranyakashipu was about to kill Prahlad, how can Lord allow that? Lord appeared so that the word spoken by Narada Muni that this boy cannot be killed by anybody. So Lord appeared to stop Hiranyakashipu from killing Prahlad. So in that way. Like Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Kaunteya Pratijanati Nami Bhakta Pranashyati. Same way, Narada Muni told, you will not be able to kill this child. He told Indra, my dear Indra, you will not be able to kill this child. This child cannot be killed by anybody. Then Hiranyakashipu also told, as Mataji was saying that, perhaps I will die because of my hatred of Prahlad. When Hiranyakashipu made his request, Brahma had said, let it be so. So all thoughts of all the different variety of devotees should be true. So Lord appeared to fulfill all of those things. Prahlada is devotee. Hiranyakashipu is devotee. Narada is devotee. Brahma is devotee. Then who else? So as a result of all these devotees' wishes, Lord appeared to fulfill their desire. So like that. Sasatvamenam parito vipashyan
Sasatvayinam parito vipasyam
stambasya madhyad anunirjithane nirjihanam
stabdasya madhya anurijihanyam
nayam mrugo napi naro vichitram
nayo mrugo napi naro vichitram
aho kimetan rumugendra rupam.
o kimetan nare mrigrandra rupam. Translation. While Hiranyakashipu looked all around to find the source of the sound, that wonderful form of the Lord, which could not be ascertained to be either like a man or a lion, emerged from the pillar. In amazement, Hiranyakashipu wondered, what is this creature that is half man and half lion? Hare Krishna.
Looking all around at the creature emerging from the pillar, Hiranyakashipu thought, this remarkable being is neither an animal nor a human. What is this man-lion form? This boy is telling that Vishnu is in that, some different creature only coming out. What is this creature? Like that, in an astonishing way, Hiranyakashipu was examining the personality coming out of the pillar. Now, Nrusimha appeared before Hiranyakashipu while he was considering that extremely terrifying form. His fearsome nature is described in next 3 verses. So when he saw, he was also a little bit afraid because he was also like in a drama how they show where Hiranyakashipu comes, Narasimha comes out of the pillar. He was like lion, very angry and roaring loudly. So looking at that fearful, terrifying form, Hiranyakashipu also kind of considering what kind of creature is this coming out of the pillar and roaring loudly and so something like that. That fearsome form of Lord Nrusimha is described in the next 3 verses. So let us see. Mīmāṁsamanasya samuttito grato
मीमांसमानस्य समुत्थितो ग्रतो
नृसिंहरूपस्तदलं भयानकम्
नृसिंहरूपस्तदलं भयानकम्
प्रतप्तचामीकरचण्डलोचनम्
प्रतप्तचामीकरचण्डलोचनम्
स्फुरट् शटाकेशरजृम्भितात्मनम्
स्फुरत्सटाकेशरजृम्भिताननम्
करालदंष्ट्रं करवालचाणला चञ्चला
करालद्रंष्ट्रं करवालचञ्चला
क्षुरान्तजिह्वं भ्रुकुटीमुकोल्बणम्
क्षुरान्तजिह्वं भ्रुकुटीमुखोल्बणम्
शब्दोर्ध्वकर्णं गिरिकन्दराद्भुता
स्तब्धोद्भकर्णं गिरिकन्दराद्भुता
व्यात्तस्य नाशं हनुभेदभीषणम्
व्यात्तास्य नासं हनुभेदभीषणम्
दिवि स्फुरत्कायमदीर्घपीवरा
दिवि स्पृशत्कायमदीर्घपीवरा
ग्रीवोरुवक्षस्थलमल्पमध्यमम्
ग्रीवोरुवक्षास्थलमल्पमध्यमम्
चन्द्रांशुगुरुवैश्चुरितं तनोरुहैर्
चन्द्रांशुगौरैश्चुरितं तनूरुहै
विश्वभुजानीकशतं नकायुधम्
विश्वभुजानीकशतं नखायुधम्
दुरासदं सर्वनिजेतरायुधा
दुरासदं सर्वनिजेतरायुधा
प्रवेकविद्रावितदैत्यधावनदानवम्
प्रवेकविद्रावितदैत्यदानवम्
I will read, Mataji. You don't read. Big translation. So here, the form pursued by Hiranyakasipu is being described. The form of Lord Nrusimha appeared in front of Hiranyakasipu, who studied that frightful form, having fierce eyes. Hiranyakasipu is very carefully observing what is this form appeared from the pillar. My son is telling Lord Vishnu is there. Something else came. So the eyes are very much fierce. The color of molten gold, red color, and dreadful teeth. Lion teeth will be dreadful only. A face expanded by his brilliant mane. That ear will have all that ears, na? The whole face becoming very big, expanded. When it was very angry, that ears going bigger and bigger and wider and moving here and there. And a tongue with sharp tip, waving like a sword. The tongue is coming out, eager to taste the blood of Hiranyakashipu. His frown was terrifying, and his rigid ears pointed up. Both the ears are pointed up, and his face with the terrifying tears looks very fearsome. His nostrils spread open like mountain caves. The two nostrils are quite open, big, like mountain caves. His open jaw was terrifying. His body covered by hairs, white like the moon. The whole body has white hairs. With broad chest and narrow waist and thick, short neck, reached the sky. The height is touching the sky.